Do you ever stop and wonder what makes the darkness so captivating? It isn't merely the absence of light that sends shivers down your spine. It's the unfathomable unknown that lies within. It's that raw, untamed chaos lurking in the shadows, a force that defies explanation and challenges everything you once believed. In a world obsessed with order and conformity, they fed you lies. That darkness is a prison meant to break you, that isolation will make you weak. But here's the truth. They've underestimated the power that is born from the void. When they cast you out, forcing you into a realm devoid of their comforting norms, they intended for you to crumble. They believed that by cutting you off from society, from the so-called normal, they could shatter your spirit and render you insignificant. Instead, every minute in that desolate silence became the spark that ignited a blazing transformation. Like raw metal melting in a fierce forge, you were not destroyed. You were being reborn. Each moment of solitude, every pang of pain carved away the frivolous layers of your old self, revealing a strength so profound it defies understanding. Pain, that relentless and honest teacher, has no regard for pleasantries. It strips you of every pretense and forces you to confront the naked truth. You are not fragile, nor are you destined to break under the slightest pressure. Instead, pain molds you into something far more formidable. It is the chisel that sculpts your true essence, cutting away the weak remnants of a society that thrives on mediocrity. With every harsh lesson, you discover that your scars are not symbols of defeat. They are medals of survival, evidence of your relentless evolution. In the dark, every betrayal, every dismissive sneer fuels an inferno that grows hotter with each passing second. Isolation, far from being a curse, is where legends are born. In the depths of solitude, away from the cacophony of judgment and false compassion, you begin to hear your own voice. It is in this silence that you learn the language of your soul, deciphering the whispers of your inner madness. You come to realize that sanity, as defined by those who fear the unknown, is nothing more than a shackle designed by the weak to confine the strong. True liberation comes when you reject the confines of conventional thought and embrace the chaotic freedom that isolation offers. You learn that in the absence of their approval, you are free to redefine what it means to be powerful. Think back to every time they looked upon you with condescension. A smirk here, a pitying glance there, as if your presence were a blemish in their perfect order. They saw you as an anomaly, an outlier, destined to be crushed beneath the weight of their expectations. But what they failed to grasp is that every slight, every dismissive remark was but a brick in the foundation of your rising empire. They thought they were the arbiters of your fate, the judges of your worth. Yet in their arrogance, they unwittingly set the stage for your grand metamorphosis. You are not here to play by their trivial rules. You were never meant to be a pawn in their petty games of power and control. Instead, you have become a force of nature, a storm of defiance that shatters the very illusions they cling to. While they reveled in their narrow definitions of success and normalcy, you were busy rewriting the code of your existence. Every attempt to dim your inner light only fanned the flames of your rebellion, transforming you into a beacon of raw, unbridled power. Embrace this darkness. They thrust it upon you with all their might. Recognize that what they called isolation is, in truth, a crucible where your true potential is forged. This is your kingdom now, a realm where every shadow hides a secret strength and every echo of despair transforms into the roar of a battle cry. It is here in this void that you learn to harness the pulse of the night, to dance with the demons that dare to challenge you, and to rise above the mundane expectations of a world too timid to dream. Imagine the irony. While they busied themselves with self-congratulatory rituals over your supposed downfall, you were metamorphosing into a force they could neither predict nor contain. Their every act of rejection, every attempt to clip your wings only taught you new ways to soar higher. Their whispered judgments became the soundtrack of your defiance, each word a spark that ignited the dark blaze within. You are the anomaly they fear, the enigma that defies definition, the creature of chaos that turns their world upside down. There is a beauty in this rebellion, a twisted, intoxicating beauty in knowing that every moment of suffering has been the prelude to your ultimate rise, the agony, the loneliness, the relentless assault of their scorn. It has all been necessary to strip away the veneer of weakness and reveal the raw, unfiltered truth of your existence. You have learned that the very thing they called your downfall is the wellspring of your power. Their best laid plans, their carefully constructed facades crumble in the face of your unstoppable will. You have become the nightmare they never imagined, the embodiment of a strength that is both mesmerizing and terrifying. And so, stand tall in your darkness. Let it envelop you like a suit of armor forged in the fires of your trials. Allow its inky depths to fill you with a purpose so potent that it defies the trivial confines of conventional life. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, no longer a mere shadow cast by someone else's light. You have become a creator of your own destiny, a rebellious spirit unbound by the rules of a corrupt society. In this new reality, every setback is a lesson, every rejection a stepping stone toward a greatness that they cannot fathom. You have learned to see beyond their illusions, to understand that true power is not measured by titles, wealth, or the fleeting adoration of the masses. True power is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you truly are, a force of nature that cannot be tamed, a wild, untamed storm that refuses to be contained. It is the power that arises when you no longer seek validation from those who would diminish you, but instead embrace the glorious chaos of your own existence. Remember, it is not the light that makes you shine, it is the darkness that reveals the brilliance of your soul. When they try to confine you, when they attempt to erase your individuality, you must rise with a defiant roar. Show them that the very darkness they fear is the cradle of your rebirth, the wellspring from which your true self emerges. You are the architect of your own fate, the master of your own destiny. You have transcended the petty limitations of a society that values conformity over creativity, mediocrity over passion. Now, let the world witness your transformation. Let every scar be a testament to your resilience, every failure a stepping stone to your inevitable triumph. The road ahead may be shrouded in shadows, but it is within those shadows that you will forge the legacy of a lifetime. Embrace your inner chaos, harness the power of your pain, and let your spirit blaze with an intensity that leaves the world breathless. For in the end, you are not merely surviving, you are thriving, evolving, and rising to heights that they could never dare to imagine. Today, I challenge you to cast off the chains of their expectations. Reject the confines of a world that thrives on mediocrity and fear. Instead, seize the darkness as your own. Let it fuel your ambitions and shape your destiny. Be unapologetically fierce, brutally honest, and unyieldingly rebellious. In your defiance, there is a beauty that only the brave can comprehend, a beauty born from the fusion of agony and ecstasy, a beauty that transforms pain into power. So stand before the void and declare, I am not broken, I am reborn. I am not a victim, I am the revolution. I am the nightmare that haunts the dreams of those who dare to oppress, the storm that will shatter the illusion of their false security. I am the embodiment of a power that no one can diminish, a force that grows stronger with every blow it receives. I have embraced the darkness, and in doing so, I have become limitless. Now, let your roar echo through the corridors of their false reality. Let it be known that the time of submission is over, that the era of the meek has come to an end. You are the harbinger of a new dawn, a new order where the weak are no longer coddled and the strong are free to rise without fear. The darkness is not a curse. It is your ally, your muse, your sanctuary. And as you step out of the shadows, remember, the most beautiful light is born from the deepest darkness. This is your moment to break free, to shatter the illusion of safety, and to embrace the chaos that courses through your veins. You are not here to fit into their neat little boxes. You are here to redefine the very notion of power. With every heartbeat, let your defiance resound, for you are the storm that will cleanse the world of its complacency. You are the wild, untamed spirit that challenges the status quo, the relentless force that dares to dream beyond the limits of convention. So heed this call and let the darkness be your guide. In its embrace, find the courage to stand tall, to fight fiercely, and to live unapologetically, for it is in the midst of chaos that true greatness is forged. And it is through the fires of rebellion that you will become the legend you were always meant to be. Remember, monsters do not fear the dark. They are the dark. Now go forth and unleash your chaos. Show the world that in the blackest of nights, you have found your light, and that no one can ever extinguish the flame of your indomitable spirit.